Good morning everyone. So we are the group 1 and we will gonna tackle about the importance of safety measures or personal protective equipment in farm operation.
So the first one is application of insecticides. Rice. On average, Asian rice farmers apply insecticides 2 to 4 times per growing season. Rice losses to insect pests are low in tropical Asia. Among the insects, only damage by stem borers appear to be of relevance 2.3%. Copper sulfate pentahydrate and diflubenzuron are narrow-spectrum pesticides that have a moderate duration impact, lasting between a few days and 2 weeks. Lambda-cyhalothrin, malathion, and zeta-cypermethrin are all broad-spectrum pesticides used on rice. The second one is corn. Bayer corn insecticides are a key part of integrated pest management programs. Certain products, in addition to warding off damaging pests, promote cell growth and plant restoration. Insecticides stimulate natural defenses against fungal infections and safeguard corn crops from environmental stressors. Peythroid Excel insecticides fast knockdown and long residual control on a broad spectrum of insect pests.
The third one is vegetables.
Pyrethrins extracted from daisies. Pyrethrins is known to be one of the safest insecticides to use in a vegetable garden. Aside from instantly killing insects, they are virtually non-toxic to mammals and dissipate in a day or less. For more effect, apply this during late afternoon or evening to kill beetles, plant bugs, spider mites, bugs, and so on. The Bonide Products 857 pyrethrin spray concentrate may be combined with water in a 3 tablespoons per gallon of water ration to make it safer for gardening. Last one is fruit trees. Spraying fruit trees is a standard practice farmers and gardeners take to help control plant diseases and insect pests and also to provide needed nutrients. You can choose from many brands of chemically based products or those containing natural ingredients such as sulfur. Whichever type of sprays you prefer, it is important to spray your tree regularly. General purposes sprays take care of both insects and fungal diseases. Bonide Fruit Tree Spray is an excellent concentrate that contains an insecticide, fungicide, aphicide, miticide, scalicide, and a spreader sticker. It controls a diverse selection of insects including Japanese beetles, mites, flea beetles, aphids, plus more. It also controls certain diseases such as black spot, downy mildew, brown rot, soreneum blight, and many more. Determine identify areas of concern for safety measures. Many hazards are present in the farm. If the farmers are not aware of these hazards, this may cause injury to their body or may cause diseases and even death. Farmers should always apply appropriate safety measures while working in the farm. Agricultural crop production deal with a lot of activities to be done in the different workplace. While performing these activities, we expose ourselves to a lot of risk. Workplace hazard is a major cause of accident, injury, or harm to a worker who performs such task. Use personal protective equipment such as respirators, waterproof clothes, rubber gloves, and waterproof footwear. Make sure chemicals are safely stored and cupboards locked. Never spray chemicals on days when there is a high wind. No first aid procedures. The next one is about emergency procedures or first aid. Farming is a dangerous occupation, not just in the number of deaths but also the high rates of injuries that occur on the job. Many injuries are the result of modern farm equipment that is more powerful and specialized to handle specific tasks. To deal with these dangers, Farm workers must be prepared to handle medical emergencies. Being prepared for medical emergencies and knowing the basics of first response can help minimize the extent of injuries. Preparation includes having the right materials available. A farm emergency or first aid kit should contain everything needed to handle a medical crisis where you will keep in mind the following tips as you put together your farm emergency or first aid kit. So, number 1, know what's in the kit and how to use it. Number 2, you'll need more than one kit. Number 3, be selective. Number 4, pack items for individual needs. Number 5, always include emergency numbers. Number 6, remember communication and heat. Number 7, check kit every 3 months. Number 8, pack Red Cross manual or first aid chart. And lastly, label all kits. So as you can see, here is some tips on waste material disposal. Never reuse an insecticide container for any purpose. Wear protective clothing when rinsing insecticide containers, such as chemical-resistant gloves and eye protection. Triple rinse empty pesticide containers and dispose them properly. Dispose of insecticides as instructed on the product label. If any product remains in the insecticide container, it must be disposed of as household hazardous waste. Never pour leftover pesticides down the drain, irrigation, and drainage. Potential hazards. A danger to health or safety which may occur if corrective action is not taken. It may cause loss of human life and economic loss or environmental damage. Insecticide means are chemical used to control insects by killing them or preventing them from engaging in undesirable or destructive behaviors. They are classified based on their structure and mode of action. Insecticides are harmful to humans. Many of them can cause poisoning after being swallowed, inhaled, or absorbed through the skin. Symptoms may include eye tearing, coughing, heart problems, and breathing difficulties. So, what are the possible harmful effects of not wearing personal protective equipment or PPE and not following the instructions or usage properly during the applications of insects in rice, corn, vegetables, and fruit trees? So, to human, the exposure to pesticides may result in irritation to the eye, nose, throat, damage to the central nervous system and kidney, increased risk of cancer. Symptoms due to pesticide exposure may include headache, dizziness, muscular weakness, and nausea. To environment, pesticides can contaminate soil, water, turf, and other vegetation. In addition to killing insects or weeds, pesticides can be toxic to a host of other organisms, including birds, fish, beneficial insects, and non-target plants. These are because pesticides are poisonous compounds. They may adversely affect our organisms besides harmful insects. To plant, certainly insecticides can be harmful to plants. Insecticides plant injury or actually any kind of chemical plant injury is known cytotoxicity. Herbaceous plants are most vulnerable to pesticides. Woody plants tolerate them better, but new fresh growth can be damaged by these chemicals. Therefore, to minimize and to avoid these potential hazards, we should be responsible on what we are going to do. Read the label first and follow the instructions properly. Wear your PPE before doing the activity. Don't apply the chemical too much. After the application, store the things properly and dispose your garbage properly if there is. Lastly, the references or codes and regulations. Proper handling of listed and characteristic hazards when it comes to application insecticide in rice, corn, and etc. Wearing PPE is one of the regulations during the application of insecticide because it can reduce the potential for dermal, inhalation, ocular, and oral exposure. This lowers the chances of pesticide injury, illness, or poisoning. Check the pesticide label for the minimum PPE required by law. In order to appropriately select and wear PPE, you must understand both its protection and its limitations. Then, determine what protective equipment you need for the pesticide task at hand.
Thank you everyone. So I hope that through this our PowerPoint you learned about something on this topic, and God bless you all.